In addition to both of you coming back to this franchise, obviously James Cameron is back and having written and produced this film. I'm curious, just knowing that he didn't spend a great deal of amount of time on set, what you feel like his influence on this film was?
Well, the fact that on this film, okay, because obviously he's the dynamo behind the franchise, and I recognize that early days, and didn't want to come back unless James came back as well. So there's that, I mean, he's got an amazing mind and an amazing sense. We still struggled with script, all of us, because it's a complex world, and even though we had the vague outline of a shape to the movie, none of us really knew who Sarah Connor would be within that story. Many discussions, is she a hopeless alcoholic like Rooster Cogburn in True Grit? Has she gone off and tried to, because it's been 28 years, I mean, what has she done? Has she gone off and tried to live a normal life? Has she become a school teacher? I mean, there were so endless possibilities. And carefully and slowly, we started sort of wringing them down into a real shape.
But I mean, Jim definitely had a tremendous impact, and even to create this sixth Terminator, because I remember when he told me, I think I was the first one that he ever told the story to, he says, here's the new idea for a new Terminator. And he told me the story, and he said, and we're going to bring Linda back. And I said, I'm in. So it was, so that's where it started. Without him, there would have been no start. Yeah. And so he then, hired the writers that worked with him while he was, prepping and shooting Avatar and all those things. So I think he did an extraordinary job, and he was on top of the situation. He was part of the casting. He's the one that called Linda and to bring her back, and all of those kind of things. So I think that he had a tremendous influence on this project.
He is incredible. He's an incredible genius. He's a cinematic master, and everything he touches turns to gold, it seems. So I was happy. I was excited. I went back and watched every interview he's ever done, watch his TED Talk, and have him describe how he wanted to do a completely CGI movie before anybody even knew what that was. Mm-hmm. And when they wouldn't greenlight that, he was like, all right, well, I want to go to the bottom of the ocean and see the Titanic. So maybe I'll just write a movie around that and pitch it. And sure enough, they bought that. So, and that became the highest grossing movie of all time. Sure. So he's incredible. He's a genius. And I just, it's kind of crazy. I got to talk to him for the first time on Skype a few weeks ago. And I got to tell him about how the only two films I've ever seen in the theater with my grandfather before he passed was my debut in a film that premiered at South by Southwest 2005, mm-hmm. and Avatar.
That's awesome.
In 3D. And all my grandpa could do with his 3D glasses on was just like giggle and say, that's weird. And then Jim's like, yeah, well, we shoot for weird.
That's
so it's cool. He's a cool guy.